charity shops. Not one uniformed guard. Not one. Occasionally, outside the GPO.
Okay. What decided you then to leave where you were living and head to the southeast? What was the straw that broke the proverbial?
I thought I told you, Joe, I met that girl face to face.
Oh, was when she said you're going to burn down your gaff?
Yes.
Okay. Stay there, Simon, if you would, please. David, Carol, David in Dublin 12. You called the Gardaí. Why?
I was sitting in the office in my business here one day having lunch, and a car pulls up at the back of their truck and basically tries the back door. So I walked out the back door of the factory to get the reg number.
Yeah.
And as I'm talking to the guard, rang 999, telling the guards what's happening. As I'm talking to them, a Coke bottle comes flying past my head. I explained it to the girl on the phone. And I step inside the back gate of the factory, the car comes in the back gate after me, misses me by 2 or 3 inches.
They tried to run you down?
Tried to run me down. Now the girl on the phone could hear the screeching of the tyres, the whole lot. That was March 12 months ago. I still haven't heard from the guards.
But you were on the phone to the Gardaí, you gave them all...
I was on the phone, yeah. Now at the same time they were around on the main road collecting tax revenue. About 10 of them had a checkpoint set up, but not one of them could come around for this.
And have you ever followed it up? Well,
you couldn't be bothered. You're absolutely wasting your time. We've had break-ins, we've had every... I just had a quick reckon there. In lifetime I've had about 11, 12 crimes, and the guards have never followed up on one.
anyone ever caught for any of them?
No. The last one we had, as I explained to you here, we had a break-in here, about 20,000 euros worth of tools taken, and the guards, and must have been 24 or 36 hours later, they turned up and told us that if we had to tell them 24 hours earlier, they could have told us to go to a Sunday market where we could have bought them back. That was the last we ever heard. Yeah.
But did they ask you then, why did you, though I know your answer, when they said if you had told us 24 hours ago, did you say, well, why would I not tell you 24 hours ago?
We said we did tell you 24 hours ago, it's taking you 24 hours to turn up. Oh, we're busy. That's all you get.
There's Christy there, Christy in Dublin 20. Oh no, Diana in Cork first. Sorry, Diana, I do them as they're holding here. Diana, good afternoon.
Hi, good afternoon, Joe.
What did you contact the Gardaí about?
Well, I live down near Cork, just outside Cork City, and about 4 years ago I was walking my dogs in a local park, and it's not public transport access, and I heard a motorbike being driven down there, and a short while later I heard a gang of, I assume they're like in their early teens, walking up the path, which is fine. When I walked down a bit further, kind of hidden out of public view, but in an area that you could see into if you really looked, there was a motorbike, very distinctive colouring on the cowling. The ignition switch looked as if it had been tampered with.
Okay, it was a stolen motorbike, you rang the Gardaí.
Exactly.
You rang the Gardaí.
I rang the Gardaí and I reported it, and just to be sure, I actually called up to the Gardaí physically about 20 minutes later and told them exactly where the motorbike was, and they made a note of it and everything. That was fine, and this was about lunchtime when I went up to them, just after they came back from lunch. About 3 or 4 days later, I was walking down the same area and I saw a burnt out bike with shards of cowling on it, which looked to me almost identical to the colours of the cowling on the bike that I reported. When I rang the Gardaí again, I mean the Garda station is only less than a mile away from this. Okay. When I rang them again to ask them what happened, they said, oh, we couldn't get down to it. The car was in for repair. The car. And I know that about quite a few years ago, my husband's motorbike was stolen from outside our house in the locale, and that was never found. And I know that